Amid the royal family's mourning for King George VI, Lord Louis Mountbatten made a bold statement at a party in his home, proclaiming that the House of Mountbatten now reigned. This declaration was about his expectation that his nephew, Prince Philip, now the husband of the newly crowned Queen Elizabeth II, would pass on the Mountbatten surname to their children. However, Queen Mary was outraged when she heard of Mountbatten's remarks. It set the stage for a significant royal announcement. In April 1952, it was declared that the royal family would continue to bear the name Windsor. This decision, with its deep historical roots, was a blow to Prince Philip, stirring strong emotions. He confided in his friends, expressing his frustration by saying, "I am the only man in the country not allowed to give his name to his children." His feelings of insignificance within the royal hierarchy were further highlighted when he lamented, "I am nothing but a bloody amoeba." Prince Philip, originally from the house of Schleswig-Holstein-Sonderburg-Luxembourg, changed his last name to Mountbatten after giving up his titles as Prince of Greece and Denmark to become a British citizen. His mother Alice was the sister of Lord Mountbatten. The decision to maintain the Windsor name for the British royal family rather than adopt Mountbatten was deeply rooted in historical precedent. The House of Windsor, a name adopted during the First World War by King George V to replace the German-sounding royal name of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha in response to anti-German sentiments, had become a symbol of the British monarchy's identity. He firmly declared that the royal family would henceforth be known as the House and Family of Windsor. This background set the stage for the events following Lord Mountbatten's boastful claim at a party. Queen Mary, upon hearing this, was incensed and swiftly contacted Prime Minister Winston Churchill's private secretary. Churchill and Queen Mary were similarly outraged, leading to a firm decision to retain Windsor as the royal family's surname. This decision reinforced the identity of the British monarchy during a pivotal period. Prince Philip's intense frustration did not affect the change in the stance of the Prime Minister, or the Cabinet, or the Queen's rather stern private secretary, Alan Tommy Lascelles. Despite his objections, the Queen's decision was officially declared to the Privy Council on April the 9th. It was announced that the monarch desired that she and her children continue to be known as the House and Family of Windsor, specifying that her descendants, except for female descendants who married and their children, would carry the name Windsor. The media, particularly the Mail, highlighted the end of widespread speculation regarding the royal surname the day after the announcement. Discussions had circulated about whether the royal family would adopt the name Windsor, Mountbatten, or even Edinburgh. The public too was deeply interested in this issue, and the announcement was met with a mix of surprise, disappointment, and acceptance. Distraught by the outcome, the Mountbatten family pointed fingers at Winston Churchill for the decision. John Bradbourne, Lord Mountbatten's son-in-law, later expressed to author Giles Brandreth that Churchill, with Lascelles' encouragement, had pressurised the Queen into this decision. The role of the Prime Minister and his cabinet in influencing the Queen's decision was significant, reflecting the political dynamics at play. Ben Pimlott vividly depicts Lascelles in his biography of the Queen. In it, Lascelles likens himself to one of the influential barons of Runnymede, overseeing King John's signing of the Magna Carta. He stands by the Queen while she formally approves the proclamation. This metaphor highlights the pressure the Queen felt to adhere to tradition and maintain the Windsor name. Queen Mary, still upset over the surname issue, was overheard questioning Prince Philip's involvement in the family name decision rather sharply. What the devil does that damn fool Edinburgh think that the family name has got to do with him? This exchange highlights the tension within the family over the surname issue. In his 2001 biography, Ben Pimlott refers to a sympathiser of the Duke of Edinburgh who argued that the impact on Philip was more significant than others realised. But it really did upset Philip. If Mary had realised how hurt he was going to be, a way around would have been found from the beginning. This insight into Philip's personal feelings underscores the emotional toll the decision took on him. Jock Colville, a private secretary to the Prime Minister, reportedly thought that Philip lacked wisdom or tact in his efforts to have his surname adopted by his wife and children, as Pimlott recorded. Despite the resistance, Philip was not without support for his argument. In 1947, the then Lord Chancellor felt confident that any children from Elizabeth and Philip should carry his surname. Adding to Philip's case was the precedent set by King Edward VII, who was part of the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, his father's lineage, rather than the House of Hanover from his mother, Queen Victoria. However, both Winston Churchill and his cabinet held reservations about Lord Mountbatten, Philip's uncle. Pimlott noted they were wary of linking the British dynasty to the Duke's uncle, a politically engaged and often controversial figure. Despite Mountbatten's royal connections, they saw him as lacking the reserved demeanour deemed suitable for a constitutional monarchy. If you loved our video on the Windsors, you won't want to miss this next one. Click on the screen now to explore the untold stories and hidden secrets of another fascinating figure with a story to tell. Get ready to uncover more historical gems and intriguing royal tales. Your next adventure in history starts right here.